Hey, welcome to CFMoto Side Rider. If you're in the market for a new side-by-side and you're looking at the CFMoto ZForce 800EX, this video is for you. This ZForce 800EX is fairly new to me. I only have 255 kilometers on it, which works out to about 165 miles. It's not quite broke in yet, but so far I got a good handle on what's going on here with this machine, and I've got a bit of experience with it. So I'm going to go over the whole machine with you, show you what I like about it, tell you what I think, and maybe a few things that I don't like about it. So let's go into the shop and we'll take a closer look at the CFMoto side-by-side. Okay, so we're here in the shop. I took a front wheel off of the ZFORCE 800. I want to show you a few things. I want to give you my thoughts. But first, I want to talk about when you're buying your first side-by-side, or maybe it's your second or third side-by-side, doesn't really matter, and you're looking at the CFMoto product. Now, you're going to hear a lot of stories about CFMoto not being a good machine, not being good quality. But you got to remember, every machine has its issues. There's lots of variables that come into play, like the way people drive it, the conditions they drive in. When other brands came in, they had issues as well. And they still do today. Every brand has issues. So when you hear people badmouthing CFMoto, don't listen to that. Make a decision on your own. Do deeper research. That's what I did. I watched a lot of videos, I searched on Google, and I made my decision upon that. There was one YouTube channel, well, there's two YouTube channels especially. One is called ADV Off-Road, that's ADV Off-Road, and he has had several ZForces. I've seen him with a ZForce 500 Trail, I've seen him with a ZForce 1000, plus he has CFMoto ATVs. So he's had a few of the products. He's still buying them. What does that tell you? So what I'm getting at was I watched his videos, and his answers and his videos pretty much made my decision for me. I was thinking of going with the ZForce Trail, which is only 50 inches wide, but I wasn't sure, right? I wasn't sure. And so after watching his videos, and I sent him a comment, and he got back to me right away. He said, go with the 60 inch. He says, I'm pretty sure you'll like that more. Plus, I watched a lot of videos from the channel Real Talk Power Sports. They got a lot of good videos, and they'll help you make your buying decision as well. And I chose the CFMoto ZForce 800EX because of the width, because of the power, because of the looks, and because there wasn't a lot of bad things being said about it, so why not? And you know what? It comes with a lot of cool options that the other brands don't come with at a reasonable price. So like I said, I have about 255 kilometers or 165 miles, whichever way you want to look at it. And I'm going to go over a lot of the good things I like about it and some of the bad things, which there isn't too many. But I'm going to go over this machine here, and I'm going to show you around, and hopefully that'll help you with your buying decision if you're looking for a CFMoto ZForce 800EX. So first, let me start by saying this is my first side-by-side, which I already mentioned, but I've had an ATV, I've had dirt bikes, I've had a Resto Mod 63 Bel Air, I worked at General Motors for 32 and a half years, I've had old cars all my life, I've had snowmobiles, I had boats, so I know my way around machinery. I know what quality is. I know how to wrench on them a little bit. I don't know everything, especially when it comes to side-by-sides, because it is my first, but it's pretty similar to an ATV. But these things here have a lot of different features I have never dealt with before, like it's liquid cooled. I have electronic power steering. There's sensors on this. So just a few things that are new to me. The CVTech drive system, that's different again, but I sort of know what's going on there. I understand it because of snowmobiles. It's a little bit different than a snowmobile, but I understand it. So let's go over a few things right now. Okay, seeing I mentioned CVTech drive, let's start with that first of all. You may see the battery here. That's because I took the cover off. I just wanted to show you where that battery was. But here's your engine near the rear, and a CVTech drive. All that means is there's two clutches. There's a primary clutch. There's a secondary clutch with a belt in between. So the one primary clutch is going to turn that belt to the secondary clutch, which is hooked up to your transmission, and then that is transferred to your wheels. Now, when it comes into breaking in your new product, you want to read your manual, because your manual will tell you exactly how to break it in, so you do it right, so you don't hurt any of these components of the CVTech drive. It's nothing to be scared of. It's just do what it says in the manual. There's a break-in period for, I think it's the first 300 kilometers, and you do as it says, and you should be okay. So I just wanted to mention that first, right off the bat. And we'll come up here to the front of the ZFORCE 800. And this is what I'm talking about, quality. So you got upper and lower control arms and nice gas shocks here. This is a really good independent suspension system. You know, you look at these control arms, they're beefy, they're solid looking. And you have grease points on here where you can keep it lubed. And you have a gas shock that is adjustable, so you can adjust it to your ride. And then it comes down here to your hubs, and you have disc brakes, which is really cool with braided brake lines. All good stuff. Like I said, I had an old 63 Bel Air. It was a resto mod. It was built like this with upper and lower control arms that were all aftermarket products. I had really good shocks on it, everything, the best brakes you can get. And when I look at this, it just reminds me of that car. Like, it's just really good stuff. It looks beefy, it looks strong, and if you treat it right and you maintain it right, it should be fine. Now we'll come around to the rear of the ZFORCE now. Same thing, upper and lower control arms, gas shocks, disc brakes all around. All four corners have disc brakes. You know, it's built for the trails. That's what it's built for, comfort. It's built to take the bumps and the jumps and all that sort of thing. And it's meant to stop. It also comes with a trailer hitch and receiver, which is cool. You can put a 2-inch ball on there and haul your trailer around, and it'll work the lights on your trailer as well. It comes with 26-inch tires on 14-inch wheels. Aluminum wheels, that is. And you know what? I don't know if they're a good tire or not. They're called A-Buzz. I've never heard of that, but it's going to do me for the kind of ride I'm going to do. And when they wear out or I get a hole in one, I'll do what I have to do. I'll buy quality tires for it, of course. And coming back to the battery, I just took the cover off here. You can see the cover, but you can see the frame here and everything. It looks like a good solid frame. It has a plastic skid plate all across the bottom. Would I like an aluminum one? Sure, I would, but I'll use the plastic one as long as it lasts. At least it helps. And hopefully it'll stand up to the test of time. You'll see a lot of guys that are souping up their side-by-sides. They're buying all these aftermarket products, you know, aluminum skid plates, and they're buying different shocks. They're buying different upper and lower control arms. They're putting lift kits on them. That's up to them. I got no problem with that either. They go ahead and do what you want. Myself, for the kind of riding I'm doing, this is fine with me. I'm just going to leave it stock. And we'll see as time goes, but I got a feeling this is just going to be fine the way it is with the parts that they put on it. So we'll open the door. We got suicide doors, which is pretty cool. I like the looks of these doors. I took the driver's seat out to show you a few things. Underneath the seat, there's a storage compartment here with water drainage. That's the thing about this, it has water drainage everywhere. In case you get water in it, or when you're washing it, you want the water to go. I would say if you're going to store anything in here, make sure it's wrapped in plastic. We have storage compartment here. That's where I keep my ownership, my trail pass in here. We have a glove compartment over here, right in there. It's good size. Under the passenger seat, I can't remember if there was one there or not. Over here we have coffee cup holders, or beer cup holders, whichever way you want to look at it. We have tilt steering. I have it up right now, but yeah, we got tilt steering. Got a grab bar there for your passenger for when it gets a little bit rough. And we'll come back here. This is where your air filter is. Now I'm hearing it's just a paper air filter. You know, you'll want to change that pretty much after you get it. Like right now here, it's November. We're not riding really dusty trails. It's not that bad. So I'm going to leave it for a bit. And I'll be plowing snow here maybe with it. I'm not sure yet, but I'll be probably getting a new air filter for that really soon. You got your seat belts, just like a normal car seat belt, 3-point seat belt. You know, you hear a lot of guys complain about them and everything, but you know what? They work fine. So I mentioned before, it has power steering, which is very nice. We'll turn on the dash here. You have a digital dash. As you can see, that looks really good. It's got everything you want to know, your gas, how much gas you have in it, has your hot and cold temperatures. You have your miles per hour. You can switch to RPM as well. And then it has a bunch of lights here, tells you what gear you're in, and then there's a few warning lights there. So there's a button here on the left you can push, and you can set your trip meter if you want, RPM gauge, hours you have on your motor, all that sort of thing. And one feature I'm really happy about with this CFMoto ZForce 800 is you have signals. So you can get on the road with it. You can go into town. It's street legal. You got signal lights at the back and the front. Now there's a bunch of good points I gave you. I'm going to be honest and I'm going to give you a bad point that I don't think is a big issue, but it is a bit annoying. So when I'm shifting from reverse to high or back to reverse or in the park, sometimes the shift gets stuck. I can't get it there properly. So what I just do is I'm still in the high gear, right? So I'll just give it a little bit of gas. I'll move it like an inch, and that'll be just enough so that I can put it back into park or reverse gear. Or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe I'm in reverse and I want to go into high. You just got to move it around. Just give it a bit of gas, move it around, and you'll be able to get it into the gear that you choose to. Now, it doesn't happen all the time. Once in a while, it does. And we also have our parking brake here as well. Now we're at the front again. Of course, you got good LED lights. The headlights on this are really nice. You got your winch, of course. And then we'll come up here. What I did was I took the cover off here, the hood, and then I undid the screws, and there's one bolt down in here that you have to undo. It's very easy. I want to take this off to show you something. So back in here, under the hood, is your fuse box. And this is where you'll find a lot of the fuses for all the operations of this side-by-side. You just lift these off. There's a tab here and there's a tab on the back, and you can lift the cover off of the fuse box, and that's where you can access your fuses. I would recommend always carrying some tools with you other than the tools that come with the side-by-side, but also carry your own tools with you and carry some extra fuses as well. Carry a tow strap. You just never know, right? Somebody else in the Polaris might need a tow. No, just kidding. I had to do that. Over here you have your rad. You got your liquid cooled. Over here you got your engine coolant. And down here you got your power steering. Right here is your power steering fluid, so you can check your power steering fluid and everything from the side here. Now let's go around to the back again. So you got your exhaust here at the back, all kinds of heat shields. You got your license plate holder. Again, for street legal driving, you got a license plate light here. I still haven't mounted my license plate properly yet, but I'm going to. Got your rear lights and your rear signals. You know, this thing just looks really sharp. You got flares here that come out over the back wheel that kind of keeps down the mud and the water. This is the hood that I threw on top of the net just to get out of the way. You got a good sized box here. It doesn't tilt or anything, but you can carry a gas can, you can carry your luggage, carry your tools, whatever you need to carry under here, your cooler, whatever. And then it's got a cargo net here that you can put over stuff. So there you go, guys. That's my opinion so far. Like I said, I have 255 kilometers on it. It's still new. I will do another review when I get a lot more miles on it, but out of the gate, I'm pretty happy with it. The value is there. You get a lot of options that you wouldn't normally get with another brand. Like you got power steering, you have a winch, you have mirrors, you have a trailer hitch. Came with the roof top. The wheels, the rims, they're pretty cool. They're all matte black. They're blacked out. They don't have any chrome on them or polished aluminum look. They're all just matted out. Looks really cool. That's the way I like it. And best of all, it came with a 5-year warranty. Now, what does that tell you? That tells me that CFMoto backs their product. Plain and simple. Well, I hope this video helps you make your buying decision if you're looking at the CFMoto ZForce 800EX. But like I said, watch other videos, Google it online. Another good thing is to join a couple CFMoto Facebook groups. Get in the conversation, ask questions if you want. It's a lot of help. There's a lot of helpful people in those groups that provide a lot of good information, and it really helps you out. So with that, good luck with your decision. Hope everything works out for you, and we'll see you on the next video.